Welcome, welcome, welcome into another day and another lesson in A Course in Miracles. Today we are on lesson 90, so this is the last of our review period. And we'll be going over lessons 70, review of 79, let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. And then 80, let me recognize my problems have been solved. And yesterday we were on 89, adjusting this. We were on 89, which was I am entitled to miracles, you are entitled to miracles, and let miracles replace all grievances. As a last reminder of what all this review entails, we're going to start the timer for 15 minutes. We're going to spend the first 3 to 4 minutes slowly going over the review lessons together, and then we are going to spend the major part of our practice period listening quietly but attentively. There is a message waiting for you. Be confident that you will receive it. Remember that it belongs to you and that you want it. So what does part of that mean? It means we don't want to allow our intent to waver in the face of distracting thoughts. We want to realize that whatever form those kind of thoughts might take, whether it's about the past, something pressing, something about someone else, whatever form these thoughts take, they have no meaning and they have no power. We want to replace them with the determination to succeed and not forget that our will has power over all fantasies and illusions. And we want to trust that will to see us through and carry us beyond all fantasies and all illusions. And we're going to be reviewing, now we have this last practice period, as dedications to the way, the truth, the life, being refused to be sidetracked into detours, illusions, and thoughts of death. Why is that? Because you and I are dedicated to salvation, we're dedicated to happiness, we're dedicated to healing and wholeness. We want to be determined each day to not leave our function unfulfilled. And then we'll get into the specific, we'll reaffirm our determination, the shorter practice periods using the original form of the idea, but then also the specific forms that we'll go over after our practice periods. Every specific one we go over, they're just merely suggestions. It's not the particular word that we use that matter. What matters is, are we applying the idea to specific things as it shows up throughout the day? So before we settle into our review, let's just spend a quick minute bringing our full self into this present moment. Letting go of anything that is keeping us away from being right here, right now. Closing your eyes or settling your gaze a few inches in front of you. And work with the breath to bring your full attention to this moment. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Taking just a couple more breaths here. One last breath here together. Breathing in. Letting all the breath go. Wonderful. Let's get into our 15 minutes. Let's recognize the problem so that the problem can be solved. So let's realize today that the problem is always some form of grievance that we would cherish. let us also understand that the solution is always a miracle with which we let the grievance be replaced. Today, we would remember the simplicity of salvation by reinforcing the lesson that there is one problem and one solution. And we are going to invite the solution to come to us through our forgiveness of the grievance and to welcome the welcoming of the miracle that takes its place. One problem, it's a grievance, it's separation. There's one solution, and it mentions a miracle. It mentions forgiveness is what allows the miracle to come and take its place. One problem, one solution. And then let us recognize that our problems have been solved. Our problems have been solved. You and I seem to have problems only because we are misusing time. We're misusing time. We believe that the problem comes first and that time must elapse before the problem can be worked out. We do not see the problem and the answer as simultaneous in their occurrence, that whenever a problem shows up, there's an answer that's right there with it. And that is because we do not yet realize that God has placed the answer together with the problem, so that the problem and the answer cannot be separated by time. Any problems you think you have in your life in this exact moment, the answer is already here. The Holy Spirit will teach you this if you will let the Holy Spirit teach you. And we will understand that it is impossible that we could have a problem which has not been solved already. God of mercy, God of mercy. The answer has been given, and the Holy Spirit's going to teach us this. We don't see the problem and the answer are right together. But here's the thing. We're working to realize the Holy Spirit's going to teach us to realize that God has placed the answer with the problem so they cannot be separated by time. So we're going to use the rest of this time together to listen in. There's a message waiting for us, and we want it starting now. And again, the lessons are, let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. Let me recognize my problems have been solved. And if you begin to get distracted, just begin to reread the lesson in the comments. Thank you for a beautiful practice period. Let's get into some of the suggestions of what you could use to apply each of these lessons more specifically throughout your day. So for let me recognize a problem so it can be solved. This presents a problem to me which I would have resolved, whatever this is in the moment, whether it's in the mind, whether it's showing up in your life. The miracle behind this grievance will resolve whatever it is for me. And then the answer to this problem is the miracle that this problem conceals. And then for let me recognize my problems have been solved. I need not wait for this to be resolved. The answer to this problem is already given me if I will accept it. And time cannot separate this problem from its answer. What a beautiful review that we've had, and here we are on day 90 of this journey. Feeling so grateful, so blessed, so glad to be on this path and to be joining with you. If there's anyone in the world who makes it this far into the video, that is a miracle. All right, much love, and I'll look forward to joining with you mañana.